G'day everyone, I am John and this is John's Beer Quest. Today we have beer number 12 and beer number 12 is the Tuatara Coastin Session IPA. The Coastin Session IPA is among 10 other beers that Tuatara produces. It's marketed as having a refreshing and tropical fruit taste initially with a gentle herbal spice and malt sweetness. The Coastin comes in a 330ml bottle. Its ABV is 4.6%, which gives it 1.2 standard drinks per bottle. The bitterness count comes in at 25 IBUs, and unfortunately I couldn't find an EBC count for the colour, so I'll have a stab at that when we get it open. The Tuatara Brewery is located on the North Island of New Zealand in a town called Paraparaumu. It began as a backyard operation through founder Carl Vasta, and while it's unclear when all this started, what is clear is that in 2016, Tuatara won the Best Brewery in New Zealand. It's named after a reptilian-type creature which is native to New Zealand, and it's also known as the living fossil. And the Tuatara has given creative inspiration to the design of the bottles that the beer is actually shipped in. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for some Coastin. Starting with the colour of the beer, it's a nice light yellow sort of colour, probably lands anywhere between 12 and 15 on the EBC colour scale. That's a pretty clear beer too. The carbonation level is pretty low, but the head retention is actually quite good, which is interesting. The scent of the beer, so it has that sort of trademark hoppy IPA sort of scent, but it's almost muted, so it's a softer sort of hop scent than you would traditionally get with an IPA. That scent's generally a lot stronger. Let's see how it tastes. Yeah, that muted scent transfers into the taste as well. While you still get a fair bit of hop action with the beer, it's not as strong as you would expect an IPA to be. It's actually a really smooth beer. It's got a little bit of bitterness to it, but not much. It clears the palate pretty quickly and you're left with that dry, bitter sort of aftertaste, which is, I think, a good thing. It's actually really tasty. It's good. That was the Tuatara Coastin Session IPA. I actually really like this beer. I'm a fan of IPAs anyway, but this one is a lot softer and a lot more easy to drink, I think, than some of the other IPAs that I've had. Its scent and its taste are both sort of taken down a couple of notches as compared with your regular IPAs. And it's certainly something that you could settle into and drink a number of. I think that it's really tasty and I am going to be strangling this bottle as soon as the video finishes. Speaking of the bottle, how cool is this design? This is probably the coolest beer bottle I have ever seen. It's really thoughtful design. I'm a real fan. If you're kind of on the fence for IPAs, then I'd suggest you seek this one out and give it a go. This one's probably a little more appealing to those that aren't a real big fan of those fruity, hoppy, fierce sort of IPAs. That's all for another edition of John's Beer Quest. We are officially halfway through our advent calendar. This has been a lot more work than I expected, but it's been a lot of fun too. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it, and I get to see you guys again soon for another edition of JBQ.